Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Well, I'm here with the channel mascot, Luna, and it's about that time again for some dinner. So I thought to myself, what are we gonna do this evening? Something I wanna do something simple, not too complicated, but tasty. It's always important. So what are we gonna do? Well, this last summer, my son and I went fishing out of Bodega Bay. Shout out to the New Sea Angler. And we caught a plethora of rock cod. So we have a lot of that. So what are we gonna do tonight? We are gonna do a simple but excellent fish fry with some mashed potatoes and a side of probably a side salad of spinach or something. It's gonna be real tasty. Happy to have you guys along. I think you're gonna really enjoy it. So let's get to it. All right, guys. So what are we working with tonight? Okay, Court, so we got the star of the show here. We've got this is fresh, well, not fresh, wild Pacific rock cod, stored, vacuum sealed, wonderful. So the way you can always tell, like with good fish, is that it shouldn't smell. It should always smell like the ocean, basically. Whenever you have fish, shrimp, whatever, if it smells like fish, then that's something to be skeptical of. Open this thing up, smells beautiful, it's very fresh. It's just perfect. It should work out really well. What else we got? So we got our flour, of course. That's what we're gonna be breading our fish with. We've got our egg over there and milk. So, and we're gonna go into this more when I show you what I'm gonna do with that fish. But basically, a lot of people, you could just use some flour, some seasoning, throw that right on that cod, and that would be great. However, I like it to be a little bit more crispy, kind of like a little bit of a fried chicken texture on there. So we're gonna get that milk and egg, create an egg wash with some spices. Boom, dredge that fish in there, right into the flour. Be really crispy, wonderful, nice. We've got our peanut oil. I love frying with peanut oil. It always comes out perfectly. Right over here, we've got some spices. A really good spice with this could be like an Old Bay seasoning. I don't have that. However, I do have a seafood seasoning down there, which should work perfectly. Over there, we've got our potatoes, which we're gonna boil up, and then we're gonna be mashing those with some butter and milk. Should be very tasty. Some salt and pepper. How simpler could it be? Yet I guarantee you guys we're gonna end up with a wonderful meal. It's gonna be, I don't even know if I'll get any of this fish because I guarantee my son's gonna dive in, probably eat most of that himself. So we'll do the best we can. All right, guys, we'll start cooking in a bit. All right, guys. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our dredging mixture all set up here in order to get that fish all breaded up. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get an egg over here. We're gonna crack that egg in there like that. Boom. We're going to add a little bit of milk. You don't need very much, just a little bit in there. That should be fine. Whenever you are dredging, you always want to make sure you add the spice that you're going to be applying to the fish in both your egg wash and also your flour. It's going to make a big difference. So we're going to put a little bit in that and there. Like I said earlier, this is called a potlatch. It's just a basic classic fish seasoning. Should be good. So we'll put that in there. We'll get our flour over here, like so. Should be about right. Get that out of the way. Also, like I said, boom, we're gonna put a little bit of our spice in there. That should be good. Get that out of the way. And we're gonna go over here first to our dry ingredients. Give that a nice little mix around. All right, that looks pretty tasty. Now over here to our egg wash. Give that a nice little swish. Like I said earlier, a lot of folks may just decide with their fish to go right from the fish to the flour. It's going to make for a wonderful light crust. It's just your own preference. It's fun to try different things, see what you like, and then you'll know what you want to do in the future. Very simple at this point. We're going to grab our beautiful fillet right there, right into the egg wash. Make sure that's nice. Of course, your hands are all washed. Everything's good there. Come out of there. Let that come off of there. Right into the flour. All right. Yeah, that should be nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. See that? Just nicely coated with flour. Keep it over there. We'll do another one. Show you what we're doing here. Beautiful fillet. Right into the egg wash. Oh boy. Very, very good. And as you can see with this cod has a a collar where most of the pin bones are. And so what I've done is I've cut out that collar just so when folks are eating it, there's no chance of, or there's less chance of a bunch of bones. You don't want that when your fish is kind of choking hazard, of course. So once again, we will take that off of there. Over there. All right. One more. Okay. And I think you get the idea. And what we'll do here is I will finish this up and we will meet you at the fryer. All right, guys. So we are on to the mashed potatoes. And this is just a simple, really traditional recipe. We start out with our hand masher here. Just these were, pardon me, back up a little bit. We had some peeled potatoes boiled in salted water till fork tender. And we're just gonna go back through here and mash those up. We get a nice consistency, it looks pretty good. This is just such a traditional, simple mashed potato recipe, but always a winner, so gotta stick with it. So those are good like that. We will get our butter. And you know, I don't know, I kind of eye it. Oh, you didn't see that. One kind of fell over, we took care of it. Back in there, maybe 2 to 3 slices, depending on what your preference is. We're gonna put a little bit of milk in there. You have to go easy on the milk at first, because you can always add more. It's like it is with salt. It's hard to take it away. So we put a little bit in there. We're gonna get our mixer here. Let's see what we got going. What we want is we just want that no lumps or anything like that. And we're gonna mix that all together. Real easy, real yummy, comfort food. And that is looking about perfect. So we still got to season it. So we're going to do that next. But, are we good? Are we good? I think we are good. So I'll show you guys. We want to get those out of there. If you got kids, it's just like cookie dough, and I'm sure they'll love to take care of those for you. We will get some salt. Oh, if I can get the salt open there. Not too much salt. Remember, that's salted butter, so there's already going to be a little bit of salt in there. So easy on the salt. We got the pepper. And that, my friends, is excellent mashed potatoes. I'm going to give you a little, ooh, look at that. Should be pretty tasty. All right, so now we're going to move on to the fish. All right, guys. So here we are back again. As you can see, we've got our pan of hot oil going here. I've also, as you can notice there, we've got a candy thermometer going there. Why would I have that? Well, because we want to do a flash fry. Fish, you don't want to overcook. You want to get that nice brown on the outside, and then you want to take that off of there, because we do not want this fish to get tough, or you want it to be perfect, right? So what we've done here is we've got our candy thermometer right at about 350, which is where we want it. We will start putting our fish in. Kind of as I mentioned in my other video the other night, you don't want to overcrowd the pan. Just put in a few pieces at a time so that we don't lower that temperature too much. And what I've done here is, since I've battered the fish, I let that sit in the refrigerator for maybe about an hour or so. And what that does is that flour soaks in to the meat. Really makes for a really, really, really nice final product. And so I'd recommend that whenever you're battering, you can do that with chicken or anything that your pork chops, whenever you're battering something, put that flour on there, egg wash, let it sit in the oven for a little while. You're going to end up with a much better product. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to let this fry, right? Of course, we're going to get a nice golden brown on there. And then we're going to move it over to a wire rack. Why a wire rack? Well, because we don't want this to get all soft and soggy. What that wire rack allows is for air to get up underneath the fish, which is going to create a much crispier final product. You're gonna be very happy. It's gonna be perfect. So what I started out with the high on the oven. We've lowered that down now to a medium. We don't want that temperature going much past 350. We like 350. That's about where it's at right now. That's where this candy thermometer really comes in handy. Is to really get you to that perfect temperature, that frying temperature, where you can get that deep golden brown. And I think we're gonna be really happy with it. So we're gonna let this go, and I'll bring you guys back once we get all browned. All right, guys, we're about ready to flip this. We've got a beautiful, oh, see that? We've got a beautiful golden brown on that side. We're talking about maybe a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes each side. We're gonna flip that. That one maybe has a little bit to go. But, oh wow, look at that. Beautiful golden brown cod. What we're gonna cook that for about another, I don't know, maybe a minute or two on that side. We're gonna take those off. We're gonna plate this up, and we're gonna come back to the big bite. Hang on. All right, guys, well, here we are. We're going in for our big bite. Meal turned out beautifully. You can see I had a little play on words. You can probably tell more better by my thumbnail, but I had a little fun with the cocktail sauce and tartar sauce there in favor of our channel mascot. But I think it really turned out well. We've got a golden fried wild cod over that mash. We've got some nice accoutrements with the sauce, but hey, the only thing left to do is to try this and see what we ended up with, huh? Let's see what we do. A little bit of that cod, a little bit of that mash, maybe into the sauce a little bit. Wow. Beautifully. Flavor is gorgeous. The fish is wonderful. Works really well with the mashed potatoes. Just a beautiful, wow, just a beautiful meal. So, I'm gonna go in for one more bite. I hope that all of you can recreate something like this. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and we'll see you again next time, guys. Bye.